Okay, folks, good evening. You join me for a little, basically, mini demo of a more detailed look at how Kill Team works. Now, please excuse the colourful blocks. That's because it was an easy way to build some scenery that I can use to show things off. And if you are hearing a cricket sound, I'm sorry for pointing it out, but I need to address the cricket in the room. I'm really sorry about that. I've left the fan on to try and compensate, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this is just going to be a little demonstration of the combat. The scenario is there are 5 merry guardsmen here. Red helmet, dark camo, stormtrooper chap, slightly lighter camo. These guys are going to need some differentiating anyway, and Iceman. And this is a mine over here. Ignore the brightly coloured dice on the top of the white mine. And there are 2 Necron warriors that are emerging from what these guys thought was a mine. It's a bit of a dump here. It is a terrain-rich environment, so we're going to be showing off a lot of those sorts of features. Cool. I'm just going to very quickly go through how I'm tracking these things. So these guys here are their points, which I guess we can take off for the moment because no one has any points. I've put some objective markers down for this. Basically, this is going to be quite loose form, but I do want to show how objective markers work within the context of the game. This is going to be our turn tracker. There are actually cutout ones that we can use. And these are command point trackers. Now, I've actually got a lot of things printed out today. We have the full stats for Necron warriors here. So I might make reference to them later if I can find a way of shooting them so that the shadow doesn't obscure them completely. And the guardsmen actually come with their own little data thing there as well. And I'm going to be making reference to my reference sheet here. And we can... I can demonstrate things to you on here as and when they pop up. And underneath that sheet, oh dear, what a messy house. Underneath that sheet, let's just get rid of the plastic bag right now. You can edit that out. Underneath that, there are the basic stratagems that we're going to be using. Okay, which I went over a little bit last time, and I'll go over when we need to use them. Just as a quick note, tactical reroll in this game as a stratagem can be used, or tactic rather, can be used to reroll a single advance roll, charge roll, psychic test, deny the witch test, hit roll, wound roll, saving throw, injury roll, or nerve test. Oh, I didn't know about injury rolls, so you can reroll to try and get a better result on that. Interesting. Well, that will become more relevant later. For the moment, let's go straight into the game. So we're going to start with the initiative phase. So I'm generally going to be using purple for humans and green for Necrons. So let's see who goes first. Humans first. So we go straight to the movement phase. This is the only phase that we really do one after the other. Maybe the psychic phase too, but I've not really looked into the psychic phase. So these guys are going to start off. As with all human models, these guys can each move 6. Oh, let's go to our little tokens. I made tokens. Well, I printed some tokens from the internet. Let's have a look at the tokens. We've got the move token, which you can use to move 6 inches, or your movement, whatever. We've got the advance token, which you use to move your movement plus d6. We've got the ready. This allows you to shoot first in the shooting phase, along with the other ready tokens. We've got charge, which allows you to move 2d6. Unlike regular Warhammer, this is done in the movement phase, not the special fighty chargy phase. This is actually a reaction called fallback. There should also be, well, it's not really a shoot. I don't know why there's not an Overwatch token, but anyway. Because Overwatch is not quite the same as shooting, although it's similar. Anyway, so these 4 things are what each of these guys can do in their movement phase, and I think I will try and do one of each just now. So, red guy, he is just going to move. Oh, damn thing. Oh, Not very responsive screen. I'm trying to do this in one take, but I can't because I can't pause. Okay, so he would go to about here. Okay, and he's going to stay there. This guy, oh sorry, so I should have used a move token for him. So he has moved. This guy, he's going to advance. See how far he can get. Maybe he can get through the door and over to the top of the Eiffel Tower. Maybe he just gets to the wall. So let's roll how far he goes. He goes 4 extra, so he goes a total of 10 inches. Which gets him to just about there. Maybe, actually, I think he actually gets slightly further over to there. So he has an advance token next to him. This guy, what other things were there? There was ready in charge. Well, this guy, he's a bit risk averse. He's just going to stand there and he's going to ready, okay? Ready. Come on. So he has to stay still to ready, but that will mean he will get to shoot first. For the other two, I think they're both going to advance up because I don't think anyone's actually seen any Necrons yet. No, no one's seen any Necrons. Has he seen a Necron? He might have seen Necrons. So I'll just do that. Cool. So they have got a huge advance. One has shot over to here to get ready to climb this tower, and the other one has advanced next to his mate. Now, the astute among you might have noticed that the tokens have changed colour. That's because I cut out more of one than the other, and then used the wrong ones like an idiot. Now, generally in Warhammer 40,000 games, on the first turn, you cannot score objectives. But this guy is within... Ooh, that's really unclear. This guy is within 3 inches of the objective, so he is scoring it. Now, even though, generally you don't do that in the first... Oh, no. Okay, so, these guys have done their movement. Now it's up to the Necrons to do their movement. So, we'll say... I should measure these, but that's about 6. He gets out. Can he see the red chap? Ish. Kind of. So, we'll say he can, so that we can have some shooting in the first turn. So he's just going to have... Come on. Moved. The second bloke, he's going to advance, because he wants to make it up the field a bit. He advanced 6 inches, so he can go 12. 1 second. So he's gone shooting up the field, advanced 9 inches to here, and then hopped up here with a 3-inch move upwards. I forgot to give him an advance token. Cool. So, lucky for him, because these 3 guys have advanced, they won't be able to shoot him in the shooting phase, which we're about to go to. But yeah, also, this isn't going to be a proper game, so I might fudge rules in order to show the game mechanics better, okay? So, let's head to our handy reference sheet. We've finished the movement phase. Now psychic phase. Psychic phase is over. Shooting phase. So, in Kill Team, the way the shooting phase works is models with a ready token get to shoot first. So let's see if he can see anybody. Oh, the camera is useful for this. I don't have to get my head all the way down. Well, yes, he can see that area up there. So next we need to determine, well, let's have a look at his data sheet. Focus. So he's got oops, this is the wrong language. Well, he had a, what does it say? Fusel laser. But in English, yes, in English, he's got a lasgun. Lasgun has a range of 24 inches. It's rapid fire 1, which means that if he's within half range, he gets to fire an extra shot. And it is strength 3. So, ding! Oh, refocus. Let's see how far away he is. If he's within 12 inches, which is the length of this wibbly-wobbly thing, wibble-wobble, wibble-wobble, no, he is not within 12 inches of that chap. So, not only will he not get to fire his extra rapid fire shot, he will also have a -1 penalty to hit. That's because if you're out with half range, unless you've got a special rule that precludes it, you get -1 to your Schützen. Now, let's go down to him again. Is there anything between him and his target that we would count as obscuring? Not really. Like, if you're looking from his perspective, he's got a very open shot on that guy. But if there was something that was kind of blocking almost any part of that Necron, then he would get a further -1 to hit. But as it is, he only gets a single -1. So he's going to shoot once. He'll need... Sorry, I should try and explain stats as I go. Oh dear. Not enough hands. So his weapon skill, ballistic skill rather, is 4, which means he hits on a 4+. He gets -1 for the range, so he needs a 5 to hit. He hits. Hooray! Cool, that means we get to go to the next step, which is to see if he wounds. The strength of his gun is 3. The toughness of the Necron, under T here, is 4. The 4S, that's the Necron's own strength, not his gun's strength. You can see his gun stats down here. But he's got 4 strength, which means he is... Sorry, toughness. So he has 4 toughness. This gun is 3 strength. That means the gun will have to roll a 5 to actually damage the Necron. How it works is if it's equal, if the strength and toughness are equal, it's 4+. If the strength is higher, it becomes 3+, unless it's double, in which case it's 2+. And the reverse is true as well. So if the toughness is higher than the strength, it's a 5+. And if it's double, if the toughness is double the strength, which is quite rare, then it's a 6+. So he needs a 5 or up. He gets a 5 naturally. Cool. Now we go on to the armor save of the Necron Warrior. The Necron Warrior has a save. Oh, where's it save? Save. 4. Oh, zoom in. 4+. So on a 4 or higher, the Necron's armor absorbs the shot. 4. For the sake of the game. No. Yes, let's do it. Let's just pretend that was a 3. Okay. In that case, this bloke here rolls to see if he kills the guy, which we would roll. Okay, he would have killed him. This is why we shouldn't fudge rolls. But let's fudge this again. Let's say he only rolls a 3. Hang on. This can be done more clearly. Here. Because that guy, he really passed his armor save, but we were going to say he failed it. Failed his armor save. The Necron failed his armor save, so the guardsman makes an injury roll against him. On a 3 or less, it's a flesh wound. On a 4+, he's out of action. Okay? So that's why I panicked when it was a 5 there, because that would have meant that half of the Necrons were immediately killed. So we're not going to do that. We're going to say it was a 3, and we're going to give our lovely Necron helper a little flesh wound token. Okay, so that's going to follow him around and make life hard for him. Cool. Okay. Now it's now it goes, so ready shot goes away. Now we go to people who have moved and who are eligible to shoot. So these 2 guys that only moved. And we go to the player with the initiative first, which is Red Skull. So Red Cap, he's going to... Oh, I should have shot and it's already not a shoot here. So he's shot... Red Cap is going to shoot as well. So he's going to go pew pew pew. He is... Where's the ruler? Never mind, the ruler's gone. There it is. He is within 12 inches. Let's do that so we can actually see it. He's within 12 inches, so he will get his rapid fire. Let's hunker down to him. There's not really anything obscuring him. So he's going to get 2 shots, and he's going to be hitting on 4s because of his ballistic skill, and he has no negatives. So 2 shots, he hits twice. Now, if you remember, he will need 5s to wound. So neither of them wound. Last, Oh, hang on, he's not. He gets to shoot next. He will get to shoot. But if we, again, I can't really go to the other side of it, so we're going to have to use him to look from. He can see red cap, but there's a lot of stuff in the way. Not only that, red cap is within 1 inch of something that's obscuring him. So he is considered to be behind the cover. So not only will this guy get a -1 to hit him, it will also be the case that he will get, it'll be harder to wound him. He's out with 12 inches, so he's going to get 1 shot, and he's going to get 2 minuses. Now, the Necron's ballistic skill is a 3 up, which means we're going to take 2 away from that to make it a 5 up. So he gets 1 dice hitting on a 5 against red cap, which he, come on, focus, which he gets. Now, his gun is strength 4, and the infantryman's toughness is only 3. Come on and focus there. Which means there's going to be, it's going to be higher than this, so he's going to be wounding on a 3+, which he doesn't get. Fortunate for red cap. Okay, cool. Whew. Sweating already. So, that's our first round basically finished. We would now go on to the morale phase, but no one really got hurt. Well, actually he got hurt, so technically he has to take morale. The leadership on a skeleton is really high. It's leadership 10. So he has to roll a 6 to fail it. I think even on a 6 actually he passes. Because it would be 6 plus 1, which is still under his leadership. So no, he's fine. He's actually fine. Okay. Whew. So, let's do... Oh, there we are. Let's have the turn counter go to turn 2, and both sides roll for initiative again. So this time, the Necrons have the initiative. So, this chappie, he's going to trust in his armor. Oh, sorry, I need to remove all the tokens. Let me just do that off camera. Okay, so I made a slight adjustment to this terrain piece. Technically, objective markers are supposed to go underneath terrain pieces like this, but I'm just going to put it on top so everyone can see. So, this guy has made a normal move up to here. So I should put a move token next to him, so I didn't actually have to say that. Boop. And this guy is just going to ready. So he's going to try and pop a cap in someone's ass. This turn, scoring will be on... Oh, I meant to roll a d3. So, at the end of the turn, whoever controls these objectives will get 1 point per objective, and objective 1, which is this one, will be worth 2. Cool. So these guys have both put themselves on those objectives. For the human team, this guy just needs to move. It's going to take him 6 inches to move to the top of here. So that's going to get him to there. And he's going to stop there because he will be able to get some juicy shooting off from up here, and he already controls the objective. These guys, well, these guys can theoretically overwhelm him if there are more of them close than him. So he's going to go to there. If he goes to there, can he see? No, he can't. Oh, that's annoying. I think he will... I think he's just going to go to here, and he's going to try and take a shot at the guy. They can use grenades, so hooray. For these guys here, I think Red Helm is going to ready, because he's in a pretty good spot. Yeah, he's got a good shot over here. So he does. I think our stormtrooper at the back is also going to ready. So, psychic phase happens. Done. Oh, sorry, these guys should have move tokens. Don't need to be too anal about this. Don't know why I'm wasting your time. Boop. Boop. Okay, so, Skellington. His turn. So, the Skellington has initiative here. So, oh, that is in no way obscuring. Are these guys within 1 inch of each other? For the sake of argument, we'll say they are, so that I can demonstrate a rule. So we'll pretend that these guys, that these two are within 1 inch of one another. This guy, because he's got 2 shots coming out, because he's rapid fire 1, and these guys are within 12, he can allocate 1 shot to each bloke, which he will do. So he'll get -1 to shoot at this guy, because he's in cover, no -1 here. But he's also wounded, flesh wound. So the flesh wound will also give him a -1. So, shot on the first guy. This guy he'll be hitting on 5 because he's got 2 negatives. Nope. And the other guy, he'll be hitting on 4. No. Oh, tell you what. I forgot to do... Sorry. All of these guys should have command points. I'm going to use a command point for this to reroll one of those shots against the guy on 4s. Okay, this time he hits. So he rerolled the shot against this bloke. Wounding on 3s. Nope. Nope, no command point reroll. Sorry, no fudging for the sake of drama. Okay, so he has shot, meaning that now we go back to initiative order. And that would be these 2 guys here. So he's going to shoot twice at the Skellington. Again, he's in rapid fire range, and there's nothing really in between them, so he hits on 4s, which he fails to do. Got to do a command point reroll for the Imperials as well. So one of those he gets to reroll. Hits, wounding on 5s, doesn't wound. Okay, this guy as well. Again, he only gets 1 shot. And hitting on 5s. No. 6. Oh, no, he's not obscured. Hitting on 5s. Nope. Okay. So, that's the 2 readied blokes. On this side, they've now shot, which means we go to initiative order, so this guy would be next. I think you can only really see... Yeah, you can only really see this guy, but the good news is, he's not really obscured. He's kind of got his arse hanging out in the wind there. So, this guy's going to get 2 shots, and because there's no obstruction and there's no flesh wound, he's going to be hitting on 3s. Both of which hit, and he'll be wounding on 3s. 1 of which wounds. Now, his weapon has AP -1, which you can't see because of the cover. AP -1, which means that the save on the infantryman, the guardsman, is reduced by 1. So instead of a 5-up, he's going to be saving this against his armor on a 6-up. So, guardsman trying to save. Nope. So, because he's failed his armor save, the Necron now makes an injury roll against him. On a 3+, the guy is alive but injured. On a 4+, he's dead. He's dead. Goodbye, guardsman. Okay, so 1 guardsman down. These 2 guardsmen are now able to do their shooting. This guy is going to be able to do 2 shots into the Necron. 4s to hit. And can this guy see anybody? This is supposed to be a flat surface, so I think he can see the guy down below. And he is within 12, so 2 shots from up above. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, end of the turn. Because that's the last of the shooting. He is within 3 inches of this, so Necrons score 1 point here. They each have a model on this one, so if they both have a model on it, or if they have equal models on it and they're both infantry, which they are, then this one is contested, so nobody scores it. And this is the special one for this turn, so he is going to get 2 points. So, point counters can come up here. Necrons have 1 point, and the humans have 2 points. Okay, so just as our reference here, technically we do have the morale phase, but as nobody took any wounds and survived, and neither side is shaken, we just skip that. So, on to the initiative phase of turn 3. So, we'll roll 1 for each of them. Okay, Necrons have initiative again, which means that they get to choose what they're going to do. Oh, hang on. Start of the round. Let's see which is the special objective. Still objective 1. That's irritating. I'll put a shaken token next to that. That's not what that's for, but anyway. Now, as what always happens when I play against myself, I get into a grinding situation. So, everybody except him and him have readied. Actually, there's no reason for the Imperials to ready then. So I've changed my mind. He's going to come up to here, and he'll just have moved. I'll just turn this over to me, pretend it's a move. And thing is, there's nowhere great for this guy to go. I tell you what, he can go to here, and he will have moved too. Oh no! No, there totally was a reason to have them readied, because you do. Sorry, you take it in turns to shoot with readied models, which means that. Well, it would make sense to keep him readied, and this guy is just going to get out of the way of shooting. Okay, there we are. I have fixed it. So, to explain my thinking, I'll always choose probably this guy to shoot with the Necrons first, and I'll always choose this guy next with the Imperials. After that, the Necrons will automatically next, and there's no point in having this guy readied, which is why I moved him. And now he can see this guy, but he cannot be seen by this guy. Okay, so Psychic phase happens. Finished. Shooting phase. Necrons have initiative, so their readied chaps will go first. So he is going to... Oh, Jesus. He is going to try and take out the trash down here. And again, see from this perspective. Come with me if you want to live. Again, he... I'm not going to count that as being obscured, really. He's hitting on 4s because he's still injured. He hits both times. Oh dear. 3s to wound. Both wound. You got to get 2 6s here, bud. Even if you don't, I'm going to... So, he actually succeeded one of those. But it doesn't matter. Let's say he doesn't. The Necron still only makes 1 injury roll against him, even if there's 2 wounds that he's suffered. The only time he would be rolling more than 1 injury dice for a wound is if it was a multiple damage weapon, which we don't have any of just now, so it doesn't matter. So, injury roll for the Necron. 4. A death. But this is where I'm going to fudge it, because I think it would be useful to have... no, actually. I'm going to fudge it. So it's a 3. So, the human has also been injured. So, this guy has shot. Imperials go next in the readied order, and they're going to activate... Oh, jeez. Red helm here. He's going to shoot... Oh, that guy's already shot. Is there... Can he see that guy? You can see that guy? Yeah, I don't think that's obscured. I wouldn't say that's obscured. So, yeah, he's going to try and shoot, as long as he's within 12 inches. which he just is. So he's going to shoot against that Necron that's not shot yet. So 4s to hit, 1 hit, 5s to wound, because he's got a crappy, oh no, yeah, his flashlight just blinks in the eyes of the Necron. He's got a little laser gun, it's about as effective as a flashlight. I think the Necron is going to try and take a pot shot up at that guy there. So, he's not really obscured, but he is... Oh, jeez, I just realised that's going to look really terrible. Anyway, but he's further than 12 inches, and he's going to get a -1. 4 does hit, 5s to wound, 3s to wound, sorry. Wounds, 6 up armor save for the chap up there, which he makes on a 6. Woo! What a boss! Cool. So, his shooting is finished. Oh, he was supposed to throw a grenade. I'm such an idiot. So what, let's retcon and say that he threw a grenade instead of a Oh no, it's his turn now, because that was the last readied guy. Okay, so, his turn. Jeez, I'm really making a mess of this. So, he is equipped, along with his lasgun, he's equipped with an fragmentation... Focus! Focus! A fragmentation grenade. So, it's got a range of 6 inches, which is not far, but he gets to make D6 attacks with it, sorry. So, D6 attacks for 6. I need more dice. So these will be hitting on a 4, although he's very, very close, he's injured. So, let's re-roll this one. Okay, the fudging's starting to look a little bit worse now. So, he's hit 4 times, now he needs to wound on 5s. So he wounds twice. This is AP dash, aka AP 0. So he gets his full 4-up armor save, the Necron Warrior. So Necron Warrior saving on 4s, which he makes both of comfortably. Okay. Tell you what. No, fudge to show rules. So, oh no! He got a 1! So, 1 wound gets through from his fragmentation grenade. Now this time, when the guardsman makes an injury roll, because this guy has one flesh wound, everything's falling to pieces because he's got 1 flesh wound, we will add 1 to the injury roll. So shooting attacks here. Each flesh wound on attacking model is -1, and... Oh, that's shooting... Oh, stupid man. Stupid man. Yeah. Injured... Yeah, each flesh wound injured model has, you add 1 to the result. So, he's going to roll for injury. And he rolls a 6, which is the magic number for Necrons. So, Necrons, he gets shot, but it's a 6. So he reanimates. And when he reanimates, because he's made of living metal, and he's a skeleton, and they reanimate and stuff, when he reanimates, he loses any flesh wounds. Huzzah! Which, I don't know why I was taking so much time over that. That's a Necron-specific rule, and probably won't come up in most people's games. But I was explaining the rules. So, the more you know. Anyway, he's now shot. Doesn't matter who goes next, so I'll just shoot this guy into the newly resurrected chap. 2 shots, hitting on 4s, 1 hit, wounding on 5s, no wounds. And this chap, 2 shots. Is he obscured? I've not checked that. Hang on, I'm going to use my real face. So when I smoosh my real face down there, he's quite clearly shooting through the Eiffel Tower. So it would be -1 to hit, in which case these would be needing 5s to hit. so he doesn't hit anything with his force. Okay. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh well, it's fine, it's next turn. Cool, so this gets 1 point, this is still contested, this is still worth 2 points at the end of the turn. This guy has had a wound on him though, so before we get to the end of the turn, he has to make a morale check, which he passes. 2 plus... no, just 2. Anyway, he's fine. He's grand. I need to really check the rules on morale. So, start of the next turn. First thing, initiative. Let's see who is seizing the initiative this turn. It's the humans. Now, this gives me a chance to show off charging. Hooray! So, I'm going to throw a charge token down on him. He's going to charge this bloke. This bloke... oof. Well, he's going to do Overwatch. Mostly because I'm not sure that he can fall back down an edge. Maybe he can. Oh, he fancies his chances on Overwatch. So, Overwatch is where this guy starts fixing bayonets and going angry face. And this guy is like, nah mate, I'm just going to try and shoot you. So, he gets to make a full shooting attack here, but he will only hit if he rolls 6s. So let's see what happens. Nope. This guy now rolls 2d6. He's eager. He can now travel 12 inches into contact with this guy. Now you might be thinking to yourself, David, why are you doing that? This man is clearly bigger and killier than this little man. Why are you putting him in harm's way? Well, I'm putting him in harm's way to shut down his shooting, and these guys are both going to move 6 inches towards the objective in order to secure this. Oh, I forgot to say which one was the special one this time. 3. This is the special objective this time. Anyway, so these guys are going to move up in order to swarm the center objective and claim it for the glory of the God Emperor, which they have just done. This guy, there's no reason for him not just to ready and stay on this objective. Again, this is way too small a game. This is a 25-point game. It's just to demonstrate, and technically, this guy should be dead already, blah, blah, blah. I think this guy is going to ready as... There's no point in him readying, actually, is there? But he doesn't really want to leave that. Aha! My Necron... Oh, no. Yeah, cock it. My Necron brain has hatched a cunning plan. They want to get up on this objective. Well, what if we takes it from them? Ha ha! Actually, that's a terrible idea, because this is the special objective. Let's pretend... Aha! This is where our tutorial comes in. Let's pretend the special objective became this objective, and the humans have just put more bodies on it than the Necrons have, so that they'll capture it, even if there's a Necron there. This Necron's like, no! I will charge you, Red Helm. Now, Red Helm has already walked forward, so he will not... I think he will not get to fall back, which is the other option that you can do. So, he's going to roll to see how far each... 4 inches? 4 inches? Command point reroll. That's what they're there for. Also, I keep on forgetting to use them. Okay, he goes 8 inches. So, yeah, he can just get in. This guy will Overwatch. So he hits on 6s, 1 hit, wounds on a 5, 3 plus, no, 4 plus armor save, which makes, oh, that would have been fun. Anyway, so he makes the charge into the squishy red helmet. Okay, now things are getting a bit more party-ish. So, shooting phase, these guys no longer have anyone to shoot at. So, we go from the movement phase to the psychic phase to the shooting phase to the fighting phase. Now, charging models, which I forgot to put the charging tokens next to. Charge. They get Hammer of Wrath, which means they get to fight first in the charging phase. So this guy only actually has one attack, but he will hit on 3s, which he does. He'll wound on 3s as well because he's got a higher strength than the opponent's toughness, which he does. And Guardsman will get his full armor save, so a 5+, which he fails. Now, this injury roll is going to get a +1 because this Guardsman has a flesh wound on him already. 6. Oh, you don't come back from that. So the Guardsman is chopped down by the weird axe shocking stick thing. Second camel guy dead. Okay, and Goldilocks here will also make a single attack, which will not hit. So, charging models have now fought, which means it goes to the non-charging models to fight back. So, Red Helm is the only one left alive. He will fight back. He hits. His strength is only 3, so he needs a 5 to wound, which he does not. So, at the end of the turn, the Necrons and the Imperials are tied on the center objective, which means that this guy up here scores 1 for the Imperials, bringing it to 5. I can't find 5. Finding dice numbers on a D20's hard. Okay. If one more human had died, then they would now be taking a shattered, broken thing test for their entire warband to check if they'd lost their fighting spirit due to the high casualty rate. As there are still more than half of them alive, though, they don't have to do that. So, we are now at the end of Battle Round 4. This game was brought out around 8th edition, which means that at the end of Battle Round 4, you start rolling to see if the battle continues for another turn. So, initiative player rolls it. I think it's a 3-up. The game continues to another turn. They roll a 3. We will have a turn 5. Okay, so, initiative. Humans have initiative. And again, for the sake of excitement, I'm going to put the special one over here. Okay? So, humans are going to go first. Actually, you know what, again, because I want to show you interesting stuff, Necrons have actually won the initiative, we're going to say. So, this guy is in an interesting spot because he actually wants to stay in close combat with Red Helm here because he likes splatting people. But on Red Helm's turn, Red Helm can choose to leave the combat. That will still mean that this guy can shoot. So what this guy's actually going to do is he's going to ready for the shooting phase. Now, obviously, if the shooting phase, if this guy doesn't leave and the shooting phase never happens, then that's a bit of a waste. But he wasn't going to be doing anything with it anyway. So that's some pro tactics right there. He's also going to ready because he reckons that he needs to take this guy out to stop him scoring mega points and to allow them to score points. And hopefully, if that guy can kill that guy, then the opposing side might break and they might win that way. For the human side, it's actually quite advantageous for this guy to stay in combat here. Even if he doesn't kill him, he can keep him tied down. This guy is going to try and charge him. So, my logic there being, if you can stop this guy from having 2 shots at him and only 1 crack at him, that's advantageous, and it protects his mate up there. The only issue is it's going to be a bit of a long charge here. So, also, sorry, the other reason I thought this was an interesting example is if he went down here, he probably wouldn't be able to see up there to shoot. So, also if you fall back, you don't get to shoot, I think. I'm pretty sure. So he's going to roll his charge distance, which is 4. 4 will not do it. However, he will... Oh no, that's a 9. 9 probably would do it. He'll get docked 1 inch for moving over here and 3 inches for moving up there. That still leaves him plenty of room to get to there. So this guy is going to overwatch him. So needing 6s, he gets a 6. Wounding on 3s, he wounds. 6 up armor save on Snow Patrol over there, which he does not make, which means he's going to roll an injury check against him. Now, if you remember, if you are obscured by something that you are within 1 inch of, you count as being in cover behind it, which means he will roll this and subtract 1 from the result on the injury table. So he rolls it, he gets a 1, which is still, I think it's a minimum of 1. So I think he's still injured, I think. Let me double check. Yes, it's 3 or less. So 3 or less does in fact include 0. So this guy takes an injury on the way in. Oh, he's a stormtrooper, but he manfully hops over here, runs up here, jumps up here, oops, and gets in the way of the opponent's shooting. So he also gains a charge token. That's a fallback token. Use a charge token. And he brings his flesh wound marker with it. So now we have an exciting fight up here. The shooting phase doesn't happen again because nobody has any pistols or anything that can be shot in close combat. So we'll go for the hammer of wrath, which is him. He's wrathful. So he will have a -1 to hit here because he's injured. So he'll be hitting on 5s, which he does not do. His injury keeps him back. Then we would go to the... I think they each then take it in turns to activate somebody. So I'll activate... The Necron has the initiative, so Necron will activate this guy first. Hitting on 3s, hits, wounding on 3s, wounds. Oh, fails armor save. Injury roll, 1. So this guy also takes a flesh wound. Okay, then Imperials get to activate Red Helm. He will fight back, hitting on 5s, doesn't hit. And then Necrons will activate this guy. So he's hitting on 3s, doesn't hit. And yes, there was a bunch of command points I could have used there, but I shall not do so for expediency. So, at the end of the turn, these guys will have to do morale, but I think we're going to skip that for just now because I'll maybe do a separate video when I'm a bit more clear on morale. And my goodness, this is so long. And I think this would be ending on a 4+, and let's just fudge. Oh, it's a 4. We don't have to fudge it. So the game ends here. They score 2 points for the humans, going up to 7. Just here. Necrons are still on 2 because this is still tied up with 2 on each side. So that was our little example game. If you made it all the way to the end, well done. If not, I hope that you picked something up earlier. Not that you can hear this because you've already finished watching it. Oh well. Suffice to say that the brave guardsmen defending this random mining town managed to fend off the Necrons for long enough for backup to come, and I'm sure their flesh wounds were tended to appropriately. Just for fun, let's roll and see what happens to these guys in the kind of crusade style thing. So he was quite badly hurt. He died. Goodbye, mate. Okay, well, hope that was useful. Hope it wasn't too dull. See you next time.